The mighty Rockies serve as tonight's backdrop where Northern Colorado will attempt to complete their ascent to the summit of League One. After missing the playoffs due to a tiebreaker in 2022, their climb to redemption ends where it began with the Chattanooga Red Wolves. Here's a look at how things shake up on a big night, the finale of the regular season. Right now, coming into the game, Northern Colorado sit third. Depending on results elsewhere, depends on how high they could finish. Could be as high as first, could be second. They can't finish lower than third. Chattanooga already eliminated coming into this one. There are individual awards and records to be broken, so still, regardless of playoffs, still an important game for us to consume. Here is a look at what could possibly happen to break that down for you. If Omaha lose and there's a win for Northern Colorado against Chattanooga, they're in business. A draw and a loss could also do it for NCFC in their game against Knoxville. They're going to get that first round bye, possibly, depending on results elsewhere. Only an 8% chance of finishing first. Here's a look at our players to watch. For the Colorado Hailstorm, Arthur Rogers is 1 assist away from the single-season record. He has been dynamite since joining this club last year, a true talisman for the men from Northern Colorado. Watch out for him tonight. It could be a personal best. He already leads the league in assists. He could break the record all on his own. It has been a true turnaround on the other side of things for the Chattanooga Red Wolves. Scott McKenzie now at the helm. They have been much better and much improved. 25 goals with him, just 20 before. He has had the best goals per game average in League One since he's joined, had the 4th most points in September. That puts him up there with the best of the best. And they've got 2 top 10 goal scorers for the first time in club history. They are firing on all cylinders. Can they do the job tonight and play spoilers on the road against the Northern Colorado Hailstorm, who are inside that playoff picture? Folks, we're going to have an incredible game coming up for you. It's all on the line for Northern Colorado. They've got a home spot. Where will they finish? Find out when we return in Windsor, Colorado, right after this on ESPN+.
Welcome. I'm Jason Olskard. I'm here with Jackie and Michelle, and we are the Olskard team, powered by C3 Real Estate Solutions.
We are proud to partner with future legends to help fulfill the lifestyle needs, wants, and desires of each family who wants to call Colorado home.
C3 stands for character, culture, and commitment. That is core to who we are and the exceptional value that every client will experience when working with us.
If you value working with an experienced team, we invite you to reach out to schedule a time to meet with us.
Shields All Sports Store is your one stop for everything outdoors, with local experts eager to guide you through the widest selection of brands. Your one stop for exercise gear to get working out or fashions for going out. And your one stop for footwear in your size, your style, yours to take home today. Shields, employee owned, community minded, and like no place you've ever shopped before.
It's a new day, Northern Colorado, and we're set to seize it. More than that, we're out to dent the old standard and set the gold standard. Today is about resilience. That's something our squad has shown and continues to show. Today is about growth. That's a trait this team and this town have seen and continue to see. All this time, the focus has been on our community's legendary future. But today, it dawned on us. The future is now. Are we building something special? Hell yeah, we are.
Welcome in. We are just moments away from kickoff here between Northern Colorado and Chattanooga in the League One regular season finale. These two teams have met on 2 prior occasions already this season. As we take a look in at our series history between these two, It has been draws galore of recent. The final meetings this season both end without a winner. In fact, the very first meeting that these two teams had against anyone in League One this season was against one another. It was 0-0 back at the beginning of the year, and then 1-1 in the second attempt. Last three games have all ended in draws. It has been a heavy fixture dominated by games at Chattanooga. Tonight's game is just the second time they've played in Windsor. Here's a look at our starting 11s. How the two teams line up for Ayman Zayed's side first. They're going to have Arthur Rogers in a new position tonight is what we're told. Of course, Ahmed up top. Lalo Delgado could break the record in the league for the most clean sheets. They have got a solid lineup as their eyes now turn towards the postseason. Here's a look at Chattanooga, the Red Wolves, coming into this one under new head coach Scott McKenzie. They've got a pretty much the same lineup we've seen, except they're missing a few guys due to international duty. Cardona is one of those big ones who they will miss tonight. Otherwise, they've still got a great squad who have really been firing on all cylinders since they have gotten under McKenzie's rule inside that technical area. There's a look at your two starting 11s in this important final game of the season. Of course, our eyes were always going to be turned to other places around the league to see how they would turn out, because that would determine the result tonight. We can bring it officially to you that Omaha has won and NCFC has won, which means they cannot finish any higher than third, but still, individual awards are up for grabs. It will be the visiting Chattanooga Red Wolves to kick us off and get us underway at Future Legends Field. This Hailstorm team has been so dominant, so good all year long. They really deserved one of those top two spots, but it has been a heated race all year long. The three teams at the top, inseparable. Omaha have been unbeatable recently, and NCFC from the start have been setting the pace alongside the Hailstorm as well. So when you've got three teams the caliber of the likes we've seen this year, it is hard to determine who should be top. The Chattanooga Red Wolves set it down. 211 days, 191 games have led us here. The League One regular season finale. Northern Colorado's nearest dream, that Players' Shield, has receded, unrealized. But as one vision fades, another comes into view. All eyes now on the League One trophy. It's a chilly night in the north of Colorado. Chattanooga coming to this venue for just the second time in club history. The last three games have all been draws and on the road. Clipped in, that'll be no problem for Lalo Delgado. Well, coming into this one, we knew that third was the lowest possible finish for Northern Colorado. They could have finished as high as first, but there was a lot of math that had to go their way. They needed Madison to beat Omaha, and they needed at least a draw from NCFC. NCFC was 1-1 with Knoxville late into that game. The 89th minute, Garrett McLaughlin scored, as this is going to be offside for Arthur Rogers. Garrett McLaughlin scored the game-winning goal for NCFC, which means the highest they can finish is, in fact, third. Omaha also got one in the second half, which means they are the Players' Shield champions. But, of course, still a lot to play for here, not to mention the form that they want to build going into the postseason. They will be at home. That is guaranteed. It'll just be in the quarterfinals rather than the semis, which is what they were hoping for. Up for display, possibilities of some individual awards, some records that can be broken. So still very much on the line for these two teams. Have not met since July. Very much different looks than the last time they met. Throw for the Hailstorm. Both teams missing some players due to international duty. Noah Powder, the most notable for Northern Colorado. He has been so good for this team since joining one of the best pickups of the year in the league. He started for Trinidad and Tobago last night against Guatemala. Drew a penalty kick as well, so he's doing it for his club and his country. Kwakwa is called for the foul. You can already hear Ayman Zayed's signature brogue down on the sidelines. Chattanooga doing the pressing and attacking here early on. The foul will now go to the way of him in from Windsor. We got to talk to Ayman Zayed in the lead up to this one and just got his thoughts about this fixture. So we'll take a look at this foul. See just a little push in the back. Said he feels like Chattanooga are really improved. So they're going to have to track the runners if they want to have success. So the biggest thing they're going to be focusing on, though, is not getting sucked into this game. So they've seen some of their recent fixtures, a 5-3 finish, just big goal games. As this one's fired from out, it'll be easy for Delgado. So you've seen a lot of high-scoring games where the team that they've been playing, Chattanooga's opposition, have really played into that, what he called rock and roll soccer. So they're going to stay disciplined, don't get drawn into the back and forth, and just play their game. They do not want what we saw happen in Richmond between the Kickers and the Fuego, that 5-4 finish. That one beat out Chattanooga's game against Lexington, is the highest scoring of the season, 5-3. Here's a look of Zayed down on the sidelines. I asked him how he was going to approach this game, given that it was going to be so much at stake around the league. He said he's going to watch until halftime. That's about the time they have to go out and meet the referees. He said so he's going to watch the first half, and then he's going to go and do what he's got to do with the team, warm everybody up, meet the refs, kind of accomplish all that. And then he'll check the scores right before as the offside flag will come up. I asked him if he would tell the players, depending on what the results were, he said if there's a chance for us to win the league trophy, the Players' Shield, he said I would tell the team, I would share that with them. He said, but if there's not the opportunity, which of course there is not, he said he's just going to leave it to them to go out and do the job with the instructions that he gave to them coming into it. They had a very similar situation last year when they played Charlotte, as King pings one out. Little push in the box. The referee takes a look, waves it away. Almond still fighting for it, and eventually booted clear. The first time Northern Colorado get into that 18-yard box and shouts for a penalty in earnest. Chattanooga. Referee will belatedly whistle for the foul. Mo Espinoza. We'll jump back to that penalty shout at the other end of the field, see if there was any merit in it. You can see it's Ayman who goes down. There was clearly some contact up high. And a little bit on the legs as well. It's tough. The defender there definitely making a challenge for the ball. Might have to side with the referee on that one, but it was very close. It's one of those ones where you just got to be careful as a defender not to be clumsy, because sometimes you don't even commit a foul in earnest and attempt to, but just by putting an arm or a leg in the wrong position, you can give one away. To the opening set piece of the evening. Go the way of the visiting Red Wolves. Deep cross, Delgado snatches it up. Lalo Delgado. He is one of those players that could have a big night, who could possibly break the League One record for clean sheets. He already has tied it with 13, leagues the lead. Because Shipman for Madison did not keep a clean sheet, that means he will be alone regardless of the result tonight at the top of that clean sheet table. He's not the only one that could make history. Arthur Rogers could also do so. Here's Bruno Rindon. Down to the inline. Good challenge at the last, out for our opening corner kick of the evening. He will be Arthur Rogers. We were just talking about him. He could possibly break the record in League One for assists in a single season, and will have a beautiful opportunity to do so here.
Corner kick. Look out for Squishy Cows provided by Meadow Gold.
Corner kick number one. Rogers takes it short to King. There's space for him. King lobs it up, headed away. Now Opara back into the danger area, and there is Aviles. Carlos Aviles had just 3 starts in those opening 10 games. Started all but one of them since. That's knotted along. Rogers makes it look routine for Delgado. Pinballs around Ammon. Kwakwa, who is called for the foul. The referee's going to have a little chat. Mark Verso, our head referee. Looks like it's the elbow he's calling for as he jumps up. So he might have just caught him. One of those ones where he's clearly got his arms extended to try and jump up and get to the ball. Just a foul and nothing more from Mark Verso. I believe it's Walefe who's down. Confirmation that it is, just shaking it off. Chattanooga coming into this game already eliminated from postseason contention. They have been much improved. They currently sit down in 9th. Lexington did not get enough from their game in order to surpass them. They're tied on 32 points. Down in 9th is Walefe is going to have to come off with the physio staff. Very shaken up after catching that arm from Kwakwa. Also, of course, this series hangs in the balance for Chattanooga. Not just on the season, but also overall as well. Throwing for Riley Kraft on this near side. Trying to dink that one in. Good work to break up the play. Kraft recovering. Espinoza in the middle of the park. Aviles, little drag back on King. Dumped out. Looking for Kraft. Rendon. And applause by Kraft as well. Back to his goalkeeper for picking him out. It's going to go out. Corner kick, first of the evening for Chattanooga. One apiece. Set pieces, all important as always. These are two teams well matched against one another. Northern Colorado, the fewest allowed from corner kicks, but Chattanooga, the most headed goals in the league. Who will prevail? Runs being made late. It's overcooked. It's Ammon who does enough to give away just a throw. Well, Leffy, you can see there on the right-hand side of his shot. Back in play. Good to see he's able to continue. Ropapa Mensah tried to lay it off. Kraft now. An inventive opportunity, but it's well wide. You can see what he was trying to do there. These two teams coming in fine veins of form. Northern Colorado have just one loss in their last 11 games. There was a 2-0 loss on the road against NCFC in September. Chattanooga, on the other hand, no losses in their last 3 games. That's the longest streak for them all season. In fact, the last time they have gone 3 games unbeaten was August of 2022. That was during a period of 8 games without loss. This is the team that went to the League One final last season. Things just did not start off well for them, but they've regained some of that composure here in these last few weeks. A large part of that transformation has been this man, Scott McKenzie. He said, fair play, they've won the games they should have over this little bit of stretch. He said, but in the game against Greenville, which they drew, he thought they were the better team in that one. He said he does not feel as though there's a team, the way they're playing right now, that they can't beat, which gives them a lot of positive momentum coming into this game against Northern Colorado. There's nothing for them to play for in the postseason, but there is pride at stake. Here's Rendon. A little bit of space for him to the end line. Rendon, Aviles palms it behind. He tried to wrangle it all on his own. He at least prevents the cross from getting in. Rendon just had Kraft beat. Almost snuck it in at that near post. So it'll be Arthur Rogers again. Leads the league in assists. 1 away from breaking the single season record. Aviles punches. And Kraft can boot it away. Not far enough. Opara deflected. Out front, there is Ammon, but it is going to be offsides. Ammon, who was right on the doorstep, but it was a high line that prevents that from counting. US Foods is the official supply partner of Future Legends Complex. US Foods. A little over a quarter of an hour in. Chattanooga, of course, putting together those 3 subsequent results, the longest of the season, but it's not just that they're doing it, it's also the way in which they're doing it. They've scored 10 goals across this 3-game period. That is the most over a 3-game spread all season long. If you want to find the last time that they did that over a 3-game period, you've got to go back to June of 2022. That involved a 7-1 drubbing of Charlotte, so 7 of those 10 goals scored in a single game. Of course, they had that 5-3 big win against Lexington during this recent spout. Arthur Rogers will come over once again to take the set piece. He has 2 game-winning assists on the year for the man who has started every single game. The reigning League One Defender of the Year. Here it comes from Rogers. Flicked along. Was that off their own man? It was. Yet another corner kick, all of which have been taken from this near side. Well, that was a stinging ball in by Rogers. And you can see just doing something to get on ahead of it was Mikhail Williams. So Rogers for the 3rd time from this near side. They've gone short to King once. He'll take it in. There was an open header opportunity, still not away. A foul will come in. Once again, Chattanooga just barely doing enough. A couple of nervy set pieces. As we'll take a look. It looks like he's calling for the foul. Ammon maybe kind of gets up under his man a little bit. Siobhan Marsh up there along Ropapa Minta. Was a bright start for Chattanooga, but things have fizzled out a little bit as the Hailstorm have grown into this one. Walefi. Now Marsh. Marsh. King for Northern Colorado. Great work to break up the play by Marsh. Slowly working forward. That's a stinging shot off the crossbar. Still not done. Minta. Well, he wound up and loaded that one away. Yellow card will come out for Williams. Into double digits now. 10 yellow cards on the season. In Northern Colorado with a little bit of a breather there, much needed.
A yellow card has been issued to Red Wolves number 5, Mikhail Williams, in the 21st minute.
It was Ammon who had drawn the foul and the yellow, and now one of their center backs will be sitting on a card for the remainder of this. 69 minutes to go. It looks like it's just the forearm. A little bit of push in the back. Probably the yellow card just as much for stopping the counter as the foul itself. I believe that shot was Johnny Felipe. It stung off the crossbar. Cornwall. The Ophala. Nortier. Lucky Opara. Tried to play it into the feet of Rogers. Marsh, Ropampa-Mensah was offside. One to chase for Rendon. He's onside, the flag stays down. Rendon laid across, Ammon, and then turned in. Marky Hernandez. Northern Colorado, quick back to front, and they stick their noses out front in this League One finale. And a little jig to go along with it. And the moves from Marky Hernandez.
Hailstorm goal scored by number 11, Marky Hernandez.
Well, the initial chance comes off of this ball where Rendon is onside, says the near linesman. He just takes his time, picks out a good ball to Ammon, and the shot turns into a nice pass. He'll say he was always thinking about it. Beautiful vision, and Marky Hernandez puts it away. Well, Ammon has been scoring goals all season long, thrashing them in from all over the field. He has not had that many assists on the year, certainly not nearly as many goals as he's had. That is just his second assist on the season to go along with his 24 goals in all competition. They're not done. Billy King on the ground, met in way by Walefe. Norte. Rogers is onside. Numbers teeing up. Great delivery. Thumping header was off target. The main man in the right area. Well, that's the one thing that Coach Eamon Zayed is really harped on when talking about Trevor Ammon. Said he just puts himself in the right positions. Asked him if he thought Ammon would get to the number he's got this season. He said at the beginning of the year, definitely double digits. They felt he was going to improve on last season. Last season he said he just put himself in the right spots, but he's still a rookie, so you expect some of those learning curves to come and to kind of work themselves out in season number 2. He said he thought he'd get to double digits, but they could not have hoped that he would get all the way up to 23, breaking the League One single season scoring record. Not quite kept in play. Felipe tried, but he'll be out for a goal kick. Red Zone NOCO is a proud sponsor of Hailstorm FC. Red Zone offers 1-hour group fitness sessions that help burn more calories than your typical gym workout. Rogers. Ammon was making the run, gives a little glance of recognition to Rogers. Norte. Walefe holds off Rogers. Straight up by Norte. Good work. Mo Espinoza. Spotting the run. It's Marsh. Clips one in. Felipe tries to chase it down. Delgado. What a season it has been for Lalo Delgado. His first really as the main starter for a team. He had just 2 starts last season for Phoenix Rising, 3 the season before. Kind of bit part for the Las Vegas Lights back in 2020, but this year, 33 starts for him. It's one of those areas of emphasis during the offseason for Ayman Zayed. He said a good goalkeeper will get you 6 to 9 points in a season. He said it's been at least that by Delgado, 13 clean sheets. He's already tied the single season record. Walefi, beautiful ball through the lines. Can he keep it in play? The referee on the far side says no. It's one of the things that Coach praised about Zayed, as you saw displayed in that moment. He's just so comfortable with him on the field. It's one of those things you can really just take off your mind as a coach. Said he's seen a lot of progression from Delgado. Said, but along with the back line, just so comfortable. Big ball out of the back for Rendon. Rogers on the right, King on the left. Here's King on his left. Deflection takes the sting out of it. An easy save for Aviles. Select, the official match ball supplier of USL League One and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit www.us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Rendon again. He's way forward tonight. Beautiful ball. Tried to connect with Marky Hernandez. Went for the audacious dive. Northern Colorado have found their gear. Here's a flashback to that chance. Rendon has been essential to everything. And you might have gotten a little bit of a handball in there, Marky Hernandez, but still a valiant effort from him to try and get his second goal of the game. He's done well to boost his form of late. He's had 7 starts in the season, including 4 of the last 6, make that now 5 in the last 7. He edges 2 goals and 1 assist in the first 14 games. He's now got 5 goals and 2 assists in the last 15, so he can just about split the games in half. He had a much better second half of the season, doubling his numbers. Cornwall. Mensah just can't quite keep it in play. These 2 coaches coming in. High accolades awarded to them. Coach Zayed getting the second Coach of the Month award for September. They were 5-1-1, 16 points. It's actually the most points a team has gotten in a month in club history. Zayed becomes just the 4th coach to receive the Coach of the Month award twice in a single season. The previous other 3 coaches all went on to win the League One title. Those signs going to repeat. Is Coach Zayed and the Hailstorm very much focused now on the postseason. Their chances at the Players' Shield snuffed out by the Omaha and NCFC wins. Billy King, who's a little bit roughed up. 8 goals on the season for the Scotsman. His debut season in League One. It's a good haul. Hasn't scored though since August 6th. Just past the half-hour mark. Here at a place that has been a refuge for Northern Colorado this season. They've got the 3rd best home record in the league. 32 points, a plus 13 goal difference. King now. Billy King, Rendon alongside him. Holds it up. Norty fires it over. Once again, Northern Colorado exposing Chattanooga in transition. King just held it up. In the end, it wasn't a bad opportunity for Norty. He just thought King should have gone a little bit faster from the start. Ammon. Norty. Rogers now. Delgado to Rogers. Good distribution by Lalo. Billy King, he's onside again. There has been room on this near side. King drives his cross in out for another corner. Rogers will go again. It's their 4th corner of the afternoon, the evening rather. King once again providing that short option. Rogers lobs one up. Marky Hernandez took an awkward bounce by Felipe. They'll get to do it again from the far side. A long trot for Arthur Rogers. He's played all over the field this season. He came in as a number 6 last year, ended up having to play a lot of time at wing back. Bruno Rendon has meant that he hasn't had to play there quite as often. Bruno, Rendon in there. Rogers takes it short. Not quite the layoff he was looking for from King. Booted to safety. Marsh beats Kwakwa. Advantage played. Marsh. Felipe on his right. And that'll eventually trickle its way through to Delgado. Really good transitional pace from this Red Wolves team. Loveland Laser Tag as the biggest laser tag arena on the Front Range. Plus, they serve delicious food, draft beer, and unlimited fun every day. Come eat, play, and tag at LLT, Northern Colorado's premier entertainment center. Just 3 losses this season at home for Northern Colorado. All 3 of those have come in their last 8. They were spotless at home for the first half of the season. They've slipped a little bit. Hernandez. Ammon. He's coming closer and closer. Regardless of what happens tonight, he will be the Golden Boot winner, but he wants one more. Always hungry for more. Good contact on the header, rising over his man. Cornwall with a clever header back to Delgado, the offside flag. You can hear Eamon Zayed complaining to the fourth official about the amount of stoppages, whether it be fouls or offside. He feels as though they should have played the advantage there. His main argument, as you could hear, that had given Chattanooga time to get set up and able to defend that ball out by Delgado. Cornwall worked into an awkward spot. Omar Gomez, Espinosa lays it off. Manuel Madrid. Foul by King. He brought down Pedro Hernandez. 9 starts now consecutively for Hernandez. That's his longest streak of the season. Marsh. Northern Colorado are in an area that they love to score in. They've got the most goals scored in the final 15 minutes before halftime of any team. 15 goals. They are perfectly balanced coming into this game. 28 goals scored in the first half, 28 in the second. They've now got 29, of course. The one they've added on from Hernandez. Don't miss a minute of the action in 2023. Whether your club is on the road or at home, catch nearly every second of USL League One action on ESPN+. The home of USL, La Liga, the Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com. In contrast to Northern Colorado scoring the most first half goals, Chattanooga have allowed the most first half goals at 33. And in fact, during that same 15 minutes before halftime, they've also conceded the most of any team in the league. 15 goals allowed in the final 15 of the first half. As it stands, it's Marky Hernandez's goal. Separates the two. Chattanooga had a bright start. Easy for Aviles. Had one of the most fascinating discussions with Eamon Zayed. And he talked to us about the opening goals they had at the beginning of this season. They all sat down and broke everything down, and I do mean everything. They knew they wanted to get into the playoffs. They set a goal of 57 points. What they wanted at the beginning of the year. Of course, they've blown through that. They wanted 34 points at home. They've blown through that. They wanted 24 on the road. They've gone through that. They had everything down to the number of clean sheets at 10. They've gotten past that number. They wanted to score 60 goals. They're at that as well, just about. They wanted just to give up 36 goals. Is Ammon all on his own. Rendon, a tap-in finish. Ammon goes from goal scorer to goal provider. 2 assists for him now as Bruno Rendon tags on another. Excellent finish from the Cuban. That is his 5th goal on the year. Ammon coming into tonight had just 1 assist all season long. He's already pitched in 2. Beautiful ball across the edge of the 6. Finished off with a plum by Bruno Rendon. Goal number 5 for the Cuban. He's been so influential. Coach said he's the best one-on-one defender in the league, he feels like. After spending last season with the Syracuse Pulse of Nisa. It's also an international with the Cuban U20 team. Back in his day, played in the CONCACAF U20 Championships. Played a full 90 in all 4 of their group stage games. But that'll bring them another goal closer to that preseason total number that they wanted to reach. Marsh, Felipe, that's going to be well over. Becker Safety and Supply has you covered from head to toe. They provide industry-leading products and services to help keep you safe. Located in Windsor and Greeley and online at beckersafety.com. Closing in on the end of the first half, and once again, Northern Colorado striking in that final 15-minute period. They've scored the most, Chattanooga have allowed the most. History repeats itself. Getting back to those preseason goals, though, it's pretty remarkable. They had set out so much. So they knew even at the beginning of the year that with the additions they were bringing in, that they could be a top team. But they've even surpassed their own expectations. Espinosa, good ball. Delgado said at this point, anything but a championship would be a disappointment for them. Last season, not making the playoffs on the tiebreaker was a disappointment. He said this year, whether it be the Players' Shield or the League One trophy, if they don't get any of them, either one, which now the Players' Shield is out of their grasp. So if they don't get the League One trophy, they will be disappointed, especially with the way the season's gone. Rogers challenged from behind. King carries on. Rendon around the outside. Great cutback. Marsh is there. As well to build out as we are about to receive our stoppage time number. 3 minutes it will be.
The 4th official has indicated a minimum of 3 minutes will be added to the first half.
A complete performance from Northern Colorado. Coach Zayed saying they wanted just to stick to their game, don't get sucked in. They've done that. They've been lethal on the attack, going the other way quickly. King lobs one up. Ammon is over. He was right about in the height area that you want to see, but just too far ahead for the Colorado native. Thumping header by Rendon. Felipe's guilty of the foul. Billy King coming in from St. Patrick's Athletic in Ireland. He's got an interesting connection with one of his own teammates on this new team. He won the 2021 FAI Cup, the cup in Ireland. Won 5-4 on penalties. He scored a penalty kick, but in that game he played against the very own Rob Cornwall. Rogers, deep ball, centered across. It's going to be easy for Aviles. He has faced Rob Cornwall on the other side of things back in Ireland. It's going to fall through for Delgado. Now, of course, both of them teammates. So influential. King from Scotland, Cornwall, the man from Dublin, Ireland. Hernandez slips. Espinoza spinning away from Opara. It's caught up in the feet of Hernandez. Espinoza was offside. He just about recovered well, but it'll be out for a goal kick, and that'll likely see us to halftime. Marky Hernandez got us underway. Another one added on by Bruno Rendon. And as Northern Colorado comfortably ahead in this regular season finale. The last match of the regular season so far is going the Hailstorm's way, confidently 2-0 ahead. A great performance from a team who had a shot at the Players' Shield, but is showing just what they can do as they build their credentials for the postseason. Two-0 to end this first period of play. We'll have more for you right here at halftime on ESPN Plus. A game thoroughly in favor of the team who will get a home spot come playoff time in just a few weeks. They have looked confident and are already showing just what they can do. They could not pick up that Players' Shield, but they are going to do all they can to pick up the League One trophy. Can they add more in the second half? Find out when we return right here on ESPN Plus.
Shields All Sports Store is your one stop for everything outdoors, with local experts eager to guide you through the widest selection of brands. Your one stop for exercise gear to get working out or fashions for going out. And your one stop for footwear in your size, your style, yours to take home today. Shields, employee owned, community minded, and like no place you've ever shopped before.
Welcome. I'm Jason Olskard. I'm here with Jackie and Michelle, and we are the Olskard team powered by C3 Real Estate Solutions.
We are proud to partner with future legends to help fulfill the lifestyle needs, wants, and desires of each family who wants to call Colorado home.
C3 stands for character, culture, and commitment. That is core to who we are and the exceptional value that every client will experience when working with us.
If you value working with an experienced team, we invite you to reach out to schedule a time to meet with us.
For the first time in club history, it's playoff time. So let's kick it off. We've earned a lot of points, but we've still got a point to prove. We've scored a lot of goals, but we've still got one goal left, and we're aiming to achieve it right here. We've already made history this season. Now we need you to help make even more. It's time to defend our fortress, the one you've helped make so strong all season. It's time to terrify the opposition on Halloween. It's time to raise hail and raise the trophy.
It's halftime in Windsor during this, the regular season finale in League One. For a look at the best moments of 2023, let's toss it over to the legend, Mark Schoenster. Take it away, Mark.
It's only natural that we go back and hit the big talking points from across the season. Starting March 18th, we saw the debut of our two new clubs this season in a rivalry opener between them. We were treated to an exciting 2-1 victory in front of an energized home crowd as One Knoxville and Lexington SC were immediately introduced to the chaos and competitive nature of this wonderful league. It would be a familiar face, though, in League One that secured the win. Jake Keegan getting it done. But in the end of the day, though, both teams would show their quality in this game and prove that they would belong in this league throughout the entirety of the season. So, welcome additions to USL League One, Lexington, and Knoxville. Now let's talk records. Never before had a USL League One player scored 4 goals in a single match, but that changed on June 21st. You'd think it'd be the likes of Emiliano Terzaghi, Keziah Sterling, or maybe even Trevor Ammon, but it's instead the rookie Liam McKinnon, who not only accomplishes this feat, but also scores the fastest hat trick in league history, tallying 3 goals by the 22nd minute. It was a 13-minute window in which he superbly gashed the net with his clean finishes time and time again. What an accomplishment for him. Now, the next topic of conversation is less of a statistical feat, but a much more important and inspiring accomplishment. After being diagnosed with testicular cancer, Irvin Parra, a USL scoring savant, not only overcame this massive challenge, but returned to the soccer pitch this season. It cannot be overstated how awesome this guy is for the fight and determination that he has demonstrated this year. So congratulations to him, his family, Northern Colorado Hailstorm. We're all in awe at this absolute warrior of a player. It was just a fantastic evening when he was able to cross that line and get back up onto the pitch. And boy, does he have some impressive teammates. We all saw the potential of Trevor Ammon last season, but even then, this is a meteoric rise that still surpassed all expectations, both outside and within the building. Trevor has become a pinpoint finisher, racking up goal after goal, easily cruising by Terzaghi's previous single-season record of 18, with 23 goals going into the final week of the regular season. What a year for Trevor and this Hailstorm attack. They've been kicking on all cylinders. Arthur Rogers has a little bit to thank for it, but it also hasn't just been the year of the striker. The year of the goalkeeper has also arisen. Austin Pack of Charlotte has done the complete opposite, which is denying more goals than any other keeper has in a single season. Akira Fitzgerald previously held the mark with 106 saves in a year, but Pack has now punched, deflected, bodied, rejected, etc. 115 shots and counting coming into decision day. He got out to a hot start early in the season and never looked back in that category, carrying a nearly 30-save lead over second place in the saves category going into the final weekend. Now, individual accomplishments are great, but nothing feels better than when the team is winning, and that's practically all Union Omaha has done in the second half of the season, dismantling Lansing's record 6-game win streak with a 10-game streak of their own. They still haven't lost a game since doing that. 13 games unbeaten going into week 31, and due to that run, they now have 62 points, a number no other League One team has ever reached. The craziest part about all of it is they still haven't clinched the Players' Shield going into the final match. But it is 4 years and 4 trips to the playoffs for these Owls, a number that can only be bested by the Greenville Triumph. The league has been around for 5 years, and every year, John Harkes and his players have been good enough for postseason play. So congrats to them. Congrats to all the previously mentioned teams and players. It's been fun recapping this year, but it's not over. More fun this season to come and more content to come on the other side of this break. We'll step aside. Now this from the USL.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Welcome back into halftime in this League One regular season finale. Let's take a look at our news and notes from around the league. Diouf having one of the best seasons by a Senegalese player in modern American pro soccer history. Congratulations to him. Big congratulations to Ayman Zayed, who becomes just the 4th coach to earn Coach of the Month twice in a single season. The other 3 coaches to do that all won League One that year. And of course, big congratulations to our friends down in Lexington, who are going to be opening up a new soccer-specific stadium, 5,000 seats targeted for August of next year. We can't wait to see it. It looks beautiful. Here's a look at our team of the week. Dos Santos, of course, an incredible week for an incredible season ending now for Omaha. And then 2 players from the game we'll have looking at tonight. Ahmed, of course, an incredible season he's put together. 23 goals for the man who's going to go home with the Golden Boot. What a year it's been for him and this Northern Colorado team. Here's the scoreboards in the last game going on is the one you're watching. Here's a look at what's happened. An incredible 9-goal thriller for Richmond against the Fuego. The 2 games we were watching for, Union Omaha beat Forward Madison, but Madison have clinched. They will play in the playoffs. NCFC were 1-1 with Knoxville. They got a goal in the 89th minute through McLaughlin to put them over. 1-1 between the other 2 teams. That means Tormenta do not make it as they looked to repeat. Unfortunately, they will not. Here's a look at the playoff bracket as it now stands. This is going to be locked in. 1 and 2 were locked in. Those were up for contention early on. Northern Colorado could have finished up there. They can't, though, because of other results. That means they've got Forward Madison at home in the quarterfinals. If they're able to win there, they've got to go to Cary to take on NCFC. We got more for you coming up after this right here on ESPN Plus. Stay tuned.
For the first time in club history, it's playoff time. So let's kick it off. We've earned a lot of points, but we've still got a point to prove. We've scored a lot of goals, but we've still got 1 goal left, and we're aiming to achieve it right here. We've already made history this season. Now we need you to help make even more. It's time to defend our fortress, the one you've helped make so strong all season. It's time to terrify the opposition on Halloween. It's time to raise hail and raise the trophy.
Shields All Sports Store is your one-stop for everything outdoors, with local experts eager to guide you through the widest selection of brands. Your one-stop for exercise gear to get working out or fashions for going out. And your one-stop for footwear in your size, your style, yours to take home today. Shields, employee-owned, community-minded, and like no place you've ever shopped before.
It's a new day, Northern Colorado, and we're set to seize it. More than that, we're out to dent the old standard and set the gold standard. Today is about resilience. That's something our squad has shown and continues to show. Today is about growth. That's a trait this team and this town have seen and continue to see. All this time, the focus has been on our community's legendary future. But today, it dawned on us. The future is now. Are we building something special? Hell yeah, we are.
Welcome back in here. Second half about to kick off. Let's show you our first half highlight. Northern Colorado up 2-0 after the first period of play. Here's how things went in the first 45. Very much so. Some quick openings by both teams. Northern Colorado pressed early. They thought they might have had a penalty, but it didn't matter because they were right on the other end of things. Just moments later, they had chance after chance after chance. They have dominated in shots, 10-5. They very well could have been 1-0 down. This one rattling off the post from Felipe. Here's how they got goal number one. Rendon running in behind. He's got a goal and an assist. This is where he found his first secondary assist here as it's played in Ammon. Beautiful ball. Marky Hernandez, the somersault hero, finishing one off to make it 1-0. They weren't done, though. They kept going. Norty firing one over, and they would add a second. A beautiful ball out of the back. Ammon once again, 2 assists for him. Would you believe it? Bruno Rendon, a goal and an assist for the Cuban. What a game he and Ammon are having. Well, it will be just down to Mark Verso to get us underway in the last 45 of the regular season in League One. We started this journey all the way back in March. Back in a night in Cary, North Carolina. Tormenta and NCFC faced off. We end in Windsor, Colorado. Thousands of miles away. 211 days separating those two dates. What a year it's been. 3 of the best teams we've ever seen grace this league. The most intense, the most highly contested regular season finish to a season in League One history. And now it all comes down to this final 45 in the regular season. There's the whistle and we're underway. Well, it is sad to see the regular season come to an end. There are so many teams who are looking forward to getting into the postseason, but it is saying so long to what has been such an eventful year. We've welcomed 2 new teams who have lived up to the billing. We've had some incredible standouts, some new players, some new coaches, new venues, and incredible announcements of teams to come, stadiums to come. It's just an exciting time to be involved in this league and in soccer in this country, as the foul is going to be given. Yellow card will come out. Manuel Madrid receives it. That's now a yellow card for both of Chattanooga's center backs.
A yellow card has been issued.
Williams got one in the first half.
23, Manuel Madrid in the 46th.
Gets one here. That's his 6th of the season. Here's a look at it. Hernandez. Once again, not a lot in it. It's just a little bit clumsy by the defender, Madrid. 6th yellow card of the year on the man who joined from Phoenix Rising. Spent the last 2 seasons. A very early opportunity here. Rogers, Norty stand over it. Will they go direct or will they try and serve one in? Rogers lobs it up. The referee will give the flag up on the far side for offside. Rogers sitting so close to that single season record in assists. Currently has it tied on 11, already the most in the league. It's nodded backwards, Rogers calmly to Delgado. So that's at stake. Delgado could possibly pick up the league record-breaking 14th clean sheet if he can hold this out. Should also give the series firmly in the favor of Northern Colorado. The last 3 have been in a draw. They've been playing heavily on the road in this fixture. 3 of the last 4 in 4 of the 5 games previously have all been on the road at Chattanooga. Mo Espinoza. Mensah turning, blocked out by Fala. First corner kick of this second half, and the first we've seen from the Red Wolves. Leo Fola, who puts it out for this corner. Will they decide to take it short? Felipe and Espinoza down in the corner flag. Right in the middle of the box, thumping header away. Ammon. Kraft does well. Rogers surveys the field. And there will be a foul. Sirius XM, if you can't watch the match, turn it on. Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesday nights at 7 Eastern. Plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, English Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM 157 in the Sirius XM app. Some beautiful build up here. Espinoza. Malefi. Colorado have done well to force it all the way back. Aviles under pressure. Well done by the Hailstorm. Slight trip by Espinoza as Hernandez is going to remain down, holding that right shin. Hernandez, who got a goal, the game-winning one as it stands. Of course, he used to play for Chattanooga. Just a little bit of a clip on the shin there. Played for the Red Wolves back in 2021 and 2020. Had 36 appearances for the Red Wolves. 16 goal contributions. Cornwall. Trying to go all on his own. He's out of position now. See the frustration by Omar Gomez. A guy who came up through the League Two ranks of the Park City Red Wolves. That's where Coach McKenzie came from. He's actually spent way more time closer out here to Windsor than he did to Chattanooga down in the southern reaches of Tennessee. He was the head coach for 3 seasons with the Park City Red Wolves, their League Two affiliate in Utah. He won 3 straight division championships. Brought some incredible talent through those ranks before he was given the call up to manage the Red Wolves' full squad. Omar Gonzalez was one of those success stories. Signed up with the main team. Started all but 3 games since July when he joined. High praise from his coach, talking about there being a correlation between Gomez's performances and the team's improvement of form. He said there's basically 2 parallel lines that go in an upward direction. Norty out wide for Hernandez. Stands one up. King to keep it in play. Hernandez tried to get on the end of it, but Madrid does well. Great sliding challenge. It'll be a long throw from Opara. Loads one up. It's a deep, deep throw. Can't quite grab it, but it'll fall into his hands in the end anyways. Lalo Delgado, look at him all the way in the center circle. Felipe. Hernandez. Williams. Aviles. Good header in out for a throw. Peak Performance Chiropractic is the official chiropractor of Hailstorm FC. Peak Performance is the premier location for wellness chiropractic care for the entire family. Cornwell thought about coming out, leaves it for Marsh, who's gonna keep it in play. Great work in the end. Now the referee will say that it did go out of play. Well, rather the offside flag is up, one of the two. They just have not been able to get going. Chavone, Marsh, and Minta. So we'll get our first substitution of the evening. It's going to be Manuel Madrid coming off. He had that yellow card just a few minutes ago. So a smart decision there just to bring him off to avoid possibility of getting a second yellow.
Attention for shift 4 substitution. Red Wolves making their first change. Leaving the game number 23, Manuel Madrid. Entering the game number 2, Richard Renneria. Renneria replaces Madrid in the 55th minute.
Renneria will come on as his replacement, the Colombian. That'll be a foul. Arthur Rogers will have another opportunity to break that record. Arthur Rogers, league leading 11 assists. Stinging ball headed over by Rendon. Well, already 2 goals scored, and this has been a season of goals. Goals galore, if you will. Last season we had just 470 goals. There have been more games played this season, so one would expect there would be more goals, but it has been by an incredible number. 551 coming into tonight. You had the 9 from Richmond, 3 in the NCFC game, a couple of games at 1-1, the 2 goals tonight. So you're saying well over that 560, 570. We'll probably get up close to 600 by the time things are all said and done. Billy King, who's a little worse for wear after the foul. Here's a look. Just gets in front of the ball. It's unfortunate. Good work by King, though. Hasn't just been a plethora of goals, but also a plethora of goal scorers. 13 players have scored 10 or more goals this season. That breaks a record set back last year of 9 goal scorers in double digits. A league that just never fails to impress and entertain. Crunching challenge by Fola will earn him a yellow card. That's number 7 on the season for Fola.
A yellow card has been issued to Hailstorm number 5, Leo Fola, in the 58th minute.
Such a consistent starter in its center back this season. Last season as well. did not play that first game against Chattanooga at the beginning of the year. Earns himself a yellow card as a memento for this time around. Now a set piece opportunity the other way. Well flighted, headed back towards their own goal as Rendon will see his header go out for a corner. Expected goals right now heavily tilted in the way of Northern Colorado. 2.69 expected goals to just 0.4 for Chattanooga. They're going to serve this one in. It's going to go all the way through. Goal kick. Yeah, it's not just been a great season for goals in the league, but also these two respective teams, especially this Northern Colorado team. They've scored in all but 7 games this season. 2 of those have come in their last 4. They were shut out. They've scored 2 goals in 13 separate games. They've scored 3 or more goals in 8 games. What's remarkable about all of that is you're saying, wow, they've scored a lot of goals in a lot of games. They've only scored once in 3 games all season long. So you're saying 10 games out of their 32 have they scored 1 or less. Just about even with that, 3 goals in a game at 8 separate occasions. Just these truly remarkable numbers. Chattanooga have been in a much better scoring rhythm recently as Mo Espinosa dips one in. Felipe, who fouls, is the referee. Chattanooga did not score in 7 of their first 10 games of the season, but they've added 24 in their last 10. That is over 53% of their total on the year. 53% of their goals scored over the last 10 games. It just shows you the transformation under Scott McKenzie. One through the lines, Rendon, one-on-one, off the post. Ammon. Offside flag will come up. I think he knew it as well. Bruno Rendon, already a goal and an assist in this game. Beautiful run being made. The vision of the pass as well. Just the wrong side of that post. That would have equaled his best performance of the season. 2 goals and an assist against Knoxville. Got the game winner in that one. He's been prolific. Playing a little bit further forward than he normally does. What an addition he's been. Rogers is fouled. Delgado. 81 saves coming into this one. He was never going to catch Austin Pack. It's interesting because as the title race has been very tight, so is that Golden Glove. Felipe dinks one across. Mensah! There goes that clean sheet. And Chattanooga have pulled one back. 4 goals in his last 5 games for Ropapa Mensah.
Red Wolves SC goal.
12th goal of the year for Mensa. An excellent setup. Just through the lines, takes it in stride. 12 goals on the year now, levels him with Marsh, tied for the most in single season history for the team.
Red Wolves goal, scored by number 20, Ropapa Mensa, in the 64th minute.
Well, Mensa got the game-tying goal when these two teams met in their last meeting, 1-1. It's given a little bit of a boost. That means Delgado will not break the League One record. He can only tie it. Espinoza. A little bit of belief now for Chattanooga. Walefe. $13 is actually the club's single season record. That was Juan Galindres back in 2022. Marsh and Mensa are both tied on 12 goals. Double substitution. Robles and Dietrich will come on. Kwakwa is replaced.
Attention for shift 4 substitution. Hailstorm FC making its first and second change. Leaving the game number 6.
One of the things that Coach Zion said, depending on how the other results went, if they did not go their way and they could not win the Players' Shield, he was going to try and use all 5 substitutions and as many of them as early as he could. Obviously, dependent on the way the game goes. You can't, make those assumptions at the beginning of the game. But said he definitely wants to keep an eye on that playoff match they have coming up here at home against Forward Madison. So they want to try and get as many of these starter players off the field. Substitution brought to you by Shift 4. And Northern Colorado called for the foul. They tried to take it quickly. eFootball 2024 is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. Free to play. Download now. They're not done yet. Chattanooga. Espinoza. Robles. Take it off Ammon, great work. He gives a foul. Danny Robles started 6 of the last 9 games. To joining from Ballard FC, League Two. Taken off of Rogers. That goal from Mensa just what they needed to lift their spirits. They've been much improved offensively. 24 goals since Scott McKenzie joined, just 20 before that. Zaviles can pick it up. For the best goals per game average of any team since McKenzie has joined. They're very much in this one. Mensa. Nobody was making the run. He and his strike partner Marsh have a great relationship off the field. Scott McKenzie talked to us about that. Said it's really helped them flourish on the pitch. Robles. Great defensive effort. They're saying that it was a back pass. It was Pedro Hernandez who just dove in and got a foot to it. Searches for Mensah. It now shatters the hopes of breaking that single season clean sheet record, but they still have something to hold their heads high about. They still lead the league in clean sheets. Northern Colorado, they've not allowed a goal in 4 of their last 6 games, including 2 straight coming into this one. They'd only kept 3 straight on 2 occasions this year. Ammon trying to break it up. Rogers. King now. Take it off of him by Espinoza, who's been excellent tonight. Just funny because if you compare this to last year, very different look for both of these teams, especially defensively for Northern Colorado. Hernandez will fire this one wide. Just 5 clean sheets all of last season for the Hailstorm. They still did not allow many goals, just the 3rd least allowed in the league. We'll take a look at this by Hernandez, always going over. But still, the year-on-year progression is remarkable. Lalo Delgado, a big part of that. Failed to score in 4 games last year. Defensive rigidity has not been the name of the game for Chattanooga, very contrastingly to Northern Colorado, who have not allowed many recently. Chattanooga have allowed 3 or more goals in 4 of their last 8 games. What's incredible is they've allowed 3 or more in 9 occasions this season. They allowed 3 or more twice in 2022. Back to a set piece, most headed goals in the league. 27% of their total have come from headed goals. Away by Cornwall. Beautiful, incisive pass. In the end, it's going to be Fola who's got to clear it away, but really good opportunity as Mensah gives the applause. Renteria was the one on the end of that beautiful pass by Walefi. They'll have yet another corner. Ooh, is that last off of probably Mensah? Looks like it. Hands on his head. Come closer and closer here as a little bit of doubt has been put in the mind of the North Colorado faithful. Stay on top of your pain and be top of your game. Visit Top Shelf Organics, located just north of Future Legends Field. King. Dietrich closes down. Good work by Gomez. Hernandez. Rendon opens up his hips and puts it wide. He has been a menace tonight. Here's a look at it. Great work just to lay it off into space. Plenty of time to take it. Not far away from Rendon. You got a glimpse there of the double substitution that's about to take place. What an incredible story for Irvin Parra. Finished up chemotherapy not that long ago. He's already making his way back into the game. One of the most heartwarming stories you'll find anywhere in the game in this country. We saw at halftime some clips of the welcome that he got after receiving that last treatment. We'll see him reintroduced here in just a moment. This goal kick will give us the opportunity. Breck Evans will come in. Leo Fola received the yellow card, will be taken off. And Irvin Parra, a true inspiration. His community and this team have rallied around him. They've had their back, had his back all along his journey, finishing up chemotherapy and making his way back out onto the field. True heroics from Irvin Parra.
Entering the game, number 2, Breck Evans. And number 10, Irvin Parra. Substitutions made in the 75th minute.
He was so incredible last season for this team. Obviously minutes this year a little bit reduced naturally. It's so good to see him have this late resurgence as Parra shrugs a player off the ball. Parra with 12 goals and 4 assists last season, including an assist in the 2-1 win against Chattanooga. In the final 15 minutes here, an area where Northern Colorado really looking to hold off this late flourish, but it's been a period of success for Chattanooga. They've got the most goals scored of any team in the final 15. 14 goals during that period of play, 31% of their total. Dips across in, good header away. Rendon firing one on the half turn. Just dribbled out of play over on the far side. This Chattanooga team trying to salvage something on the road. Has not been an area of success for them this season. Danny Robles is fouled. They take it quickly. Ammon now, 2 assists already for him. Last comes off Ammon. 2 wins, 1 draw, and 12 losses on the road. Just 7 points picked up. It's tied for the worst away record with Lexington. They've scored the fewest goals on the road. They've allowed the most on the road. But what's interesting is that all of those wins and draws, those 2 wins and the 1 draw they've gotten, have been since Scott McKenzie has come in. Lexington, Knoxville, and Fuego. Those teams in areas where they really want to be winning. Still incredible, though, that they did not win a game under the previous coaching staff on the road. Yair Paez replaces Marsh, so he will not tie that single season record.
For substitution. Red Wolves making their second change. Leaving the game, number 11, Siobhan Marsh. Entering the game, number 7, Yair Paez. Paez replaces Marsh in the 76th minute.
Cornwall Minta in a tussle with Rogers. Advantage played. Paez. Referee will bring it back for a foul. Beautiful opportunity coming for Chattanooga. There is a full committee on hand. As we take a look back at the foul, there might have been a little bit of a hand on the head by Rendon as the two collided. Walefe will leave it. We've got Riley Kraft, Felipe, and Mo Espinoza as the three options. Who will it be? Felipe walks away. It'll either be the left of Espinoza or the right of Kraft. Riley Kraft takes it and crashes it into the wall. Settled by Minta. Paez out wide. Final 10 minutes from Windsor. And there's a little bit of a push off by Minta, who finishes it well afterwards to his credit. This game looked done and dusted coming out from that second half, especially when Rendon hit the outside of the post. It looked like Northern Colorado were going to trounce their way to an easy victory to end the regular season, but as this fixture has shown us time and time again, wins are hard to come by. Ammon now takes the push. Just a foul, nothing further for Hernandez. Yeah, just clearly a foul there. Ammon just kind of dribbling into a nothing area. So Rogers will be the one to take. Not many more opportunities to break that single season record here in the regular season. Rogers. The front stick tipped over by Aviles. Great work from him. It was a questionable ball right into the front of that goal mouth. Just put it in a dangerous area, the most dangerous of areas. Aviles has got to get all 10 fingertips to it to see it over the bar. He'll go again. He is everywhere. Near, far, left, right. Corner, set piece, it does not matter. They've got 11 assists from set plays, more than any other team. Rogers, more than any other player. Parra claiming there was a deflection along the way, even gave a thumbs up to the referee. He did not see eye to eye. Ammon tried trapping it down. Gomez over the head of Williams. Quite the journeyman. Most recently at Pittsburgh before joining this season. He's got the most minutes of any player on the team. Williams, still he goes on. Into the box, it's going to fall through for Delgado, and he'll be able to pick it up. The USL League One playoffs are here, and you can catch all the action on ESPN Plus beginning October 20th. Season concludes with the USL League One final on ESPN2 November 5th. Cornwall sees off Paez for the goal kick. Who will it be in that final on the 5th? Three incredible teams at the top of the league. What's funny is that in that preseason discussion, that Zayed had with his team. He said, you know, they wanted to get to 57 points, which would have been enough to win League One in any other season. But this year, there's been a three-way horse race to see who would finish up top. Union Omaha coming out the victors, the first team in League One history to win 2 of anything. No one has ever won the trophy twice. No one has ever won the Shield twice. They're the first to do it in incredible fashion. Haven't lost in quite some time. Northern Colorado's position in the table will not change from start to finish. Felipe dinks it out for Espinoza. Great ball, and it somehow is not turned in. Paez just about finding the equalizing goal. Espinoza has been at the middle of everything good for Chattanooga tonight, and he just evades his man.
Leaving the game, number 14, Arthur Rogers.
Just missing on the header as Arthur Rogers is going to come off for Stefan Lukic. So he will not break that regular season record on assists. Still an incredible season for him. Stefan Lukic will come in as his replacement, the Serbian. Hailstorm want to thank post-game meal sponsor Peak Kitchen for providing meals for our players following the game. Mo Espinoza. Northern Colorado coming into tonight in third. They'll end the night in third. They'll host Madison in the quarterfinals. Kraft, ball is too deep, out for a goal kick. Well, you saw the great promotions during halftime in our breaks put out by the club. Just how excited they are.
Attention for shift
Alex Tejera will come in, replaces Felipe.
Number 21, Johnny Felipe. Entering the game, number 29, Alex Tejera.
It'll be all the more sweet this year,
in the 87th minute.
Playing in the playoffs, given just how close they were last season. The only reason they did not make the playoffs was a tiebreaker against Charlotte. They ended on the same points. They had a better head-to-head and better goal difference, but the first tiebreaker in League One is wins, and they had one fewer win than Charlotte. So they missed out just at the last on an opportunity to play in the playoffs. They will get that opportunity this time. After an incredible debut season, they've gone on a remarkable run. Lukic smuggled behind. No Arthur Rogers to take, so it'll be Stefan Lukic.
Corner kicks tonight are brought to you by Metal Gold.
Lukic to take. Front stick, Breck Evans' header will go out. This position for Northern Colorado was not always guaranteed. They went through the first half of the season with just one loss. They then faced 4 consecutive losses, 2 on the road and 2 at home. That was a real crisis moment for this squad. Just when they started to believe they could go on and win the regular season, things just started to come apart for them. I asked Coach Zayed about that as Espinoza will get a ball in. It's going to go way out to the back corner of the 18, kept in play. Walefi. Espinoza now. Dragging it back and forth, header away. Ammon now. Para spins away, but he's offside, Ammon, on the return ball. I talked to Coach Zayed about that 4-game losing streak, and he said it was a difficult period for him. He kind of did some soul searching to try and find the solution to that problem. Ended up reaching out to a close friend of his, Mark Briggs, who's the head coach at the Sacramento Republic in USL Championship. Just called him up and asked him if he'd ever been through a period like that in his coaching career. Just tried to seek out a friend and a common, respected coach at this level. Really helped out with that soul-searching experience. There's a lot of reflecting after each game, Coach Zayed. A lot of inward looking. He was so grateful to be able to lean on Coach Briggs during that time. So you look at 4 minutes of stoppage time, the final 4 minutes of the 2023 regular season. Is there anything left in store? Espinoza drives in a great ball. And a foul will be given. Well, they have done themselves service in these last few games of the season, Chattanooga. They have just not been in the playoff race for large parts of the year, but they are finishing on a high note, showing everyone what's to come in 2024 under Scott McKenzie. Gonna make some moves in that offseason and then try from the outset to get back into the playoffs. Billy King around the corner. Overhead flick. It's gonna be taken off Ammon. I asked Coach McKenzie what his message to the fans would be, since he's going to be obviously on the road. Many of those Chattanooga fans watching with anticipation. He says he wants to be grateful for that welcome he's gotten. So he's just loved the support for not only the team, but each of the individuals. And he wants to let all of you know down in Chattanooga that there will be more for you to cheer on in 2024. He says thank you for the support all the way through what has been a difficult year. He says more to come of what you've already seen in this latter stages under him. He wants to give you more to cheer for come next season. Two minutes of the 4 stoppage time remaining. Trying to go quickly. They'll have to retake. Lukic spots the run. Para settles. Para on his own. Para, it'll go across. What a moment for Irvin Para. A story for the ages for him. Redemption. So sweet, it'll bring tears to your eyes. Returns from chemotherapy treatment and gets his goal. A beautiful moment for this beautiful game. Having experienced some of the depths, he is now at one of the highs. What a moment for him individually. A great individual goal, holding off one, following up his own shot, and getting it through for one of the most beautiful moments you'll see all season. He went straight over to his family, supporters. The team came out to greet him. The clinching goal for Northern Colorado as the final whistle goes on the 2023 USL regular season in League One. What a way to finish it off. A tear-jerking moment for Irvin Parra. After finishing just outside of that playoff spot last year, they are in the top three. They'll play here at home against Forward Madison in just a week's time. Thoroughly deserved for one of the best teams in the league all season long. What a climb it's been from them. Their ascent all the way to the top, amongst the best of the best in one of the steepest climbs in American soccer history. Founded just under 3 years ago, and already they're up amongst the best. Here is our play of the match. An incredible game to finish things off. This play of the match brought to you by Meadow Gold. The final goal, an incredible moment. Irvin Parra getting his goal, following up his own rebound, brought to you by Meadow Gold. And what a way to finish off the regular season in 2023. The most heartwarming of stories for the most inspirational of men. Returns from chemotherapy and finds himself in the score sheet. Well, we'll have more for you when we wrap things up and put a bow on the 2023 regular season when we return right here on ESPN+.
Welcome. I'm Jason Olskard. I'm here with Jackie and Michelle, and we are the Olskard team powered by C3 Real Estate Solutions.
We are proud to partner with future legends to help fulfill the lifestyle needs, wants, and desires of each family who wants to call Colorado home.
C3 stands for character, culture, and commitment. That is core to who we are and the exceptional value that every client will experience when working with us.
If you value working with an experienced team, we invite you to reach out to schedule a time to meet with us.
Shields All Sports Store is your one stop for everything outdoors, with local experts eager to guide you through the widest selection of brands. Your one stop for exercise gear to get working out or fashions for going out. And your one stop for footwear in your size, your style, yours to take home today. Shields, employee owned, community minded, and like no place you've ever shopped before.
For the first time in club history, it's playoff time. So let's kick it off. We've earned a lot of points, but we've still got a point to prove. We've scored a lot of goals, but we've still got one goal left, and we're aiming to achieve it right here. We've already made history this season. Now we need you to help make even more. It's time to defend our fortress, the one you've helped make so strong all season. It's time to terrify the opposition on Halloween. It's time to raise hail and raise the trophy.
Welcome back for the final time in the regular season to here in Windsor, Colorado, where the Hailstorm have lifted themselves over Chattanooga. They will finish third in the regular season with 3 goals in their last match. What a performance from Irvin Parra as we take a look at our full-time highlights. Speaks to the crowd here. A true hero. Here's a look at how things went with your full-time highlights. We got things underway as Bruno Rindon had an incredible game. Here's his first goal, somewhat contribution. He won't get an official assist, but still, he set it up Trevor Ammon getting 1 of 2 assists. You'll see Marky Hernandez, an incredible goal, and this is just the start of what was an incredible first half for Northern Colorado, a complete performance. Here's where goal number 2 came from. Ammon with the long ball out, lays one across, and Rendon. What a finish for him. He had an amazing game today. Ammon with 2 assists. He had just 1 all season long. Goal provider now to his repertoire. Could have been more as Rendon struck the post. That would have sealed the game, but they left the question open, and Chattanooga, especially in that second half, started to answer some of those questions. Ropapa Mensah putting one in and spoiling the clean sheet for Delgado, who is looking to break the single season record in League One. Rendon came close yet again. Finally, they started to turn up the heat, Northern Colorado, and put things away late, but there were questions asked, and Paez could have very well tied things up. In the end, the result was not in doubt because of this goal by Para. An incredible return from him as he finishes off his own rebound, sticking it past Aviles to make it 3-1. Your final score. Here's a look at your final statistics, just edging it in possession. A lot of shots, Northern Colorado in the end. More on goal and more overall. In a tightly contested game, but in the end, Northern Colorado, the deserved winners here at full time in Windsor. Well, what a privilege it has been all season long to bring you coverage of this league. The final bow put on League One in 2023 in the regular season. From myself, Zach Burley, our incredible producer, Maurizio, we say thank you for tuning in. And from all of us on 2023 in League One, we say thank you for tuning in. Look out for more in the playoffs. And from all of us here, good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.